Hello, this is Jeff Crabtree and welcome to Cooking with Crabber, vlog number 3. Today I'll be showing you how to make a veggie cheeseburger. I hope you guys are ready. It's time to eat. In case you don't know, by now I like the Morningstar products. I already did the Griller's Prime right here, and I did the veggie chicken right here. Today I'm going to show you the Griller's Original. Okay, Morningstar Griller's Original. First thing I'm going to do is hit this 30 seconds on one side. While I'm over here, I'm going to grab some chips. Let me see, I already did Ruffles one episode, I did the Lay's. Let's try Cheetos this time. Are you guys a fan of the Cheetos? I've been eating these my whole life. These strange orange chips. Cheetos. Okay. Now I'm going to flip this over and just do it 20 seconds on the other side, because I'm going to add some cheese for the other 10 seconds. But right here, it's 20 seconds. Now let's get the bread. I just bought this bread this morning, so I don't have it in the freezer yet. I like to put my bread. Okay, right here. Put this out. Cut this in half. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the freezer. I like to keep my bread in the freezer to keep it fresh. Pull this out of here. I'm only making, I only need a half. Now what we're going to do, get some cheese out of here. This is the cheese I use. Sargento, Colby Jack, hold this in half. I'm not ready, but let me just throw this in here for 10 more seconds. Let me throw the Cheetos on here. Plate. Okay, I got a different lettuce mix today than the last time I showed you guys this. This one is spinach miso crunch, spinach miso crunch, which has baby spinach, baby red chard, carrots, almonds, sliced almonds. I don't have my glasses on, I can't even read. Cashews and wonton. Okay, that you can see what's in here. It's a good lettuce in here. Spinach lasts longer, so it's good to get. You can eat this for a few days and just nibble on it and make salad. It's got carrots in the bottom of it. See these carrots? Let's put some of the lettuce on our hamburger. See what else comes in this package is these, I'll show you in a second, is these almonds right here. Oh, I'm gonna take that over the table and eat some more of that. But here is these almonds. This comes in the salad thing, I've just got. Right here. Sliced almonds, pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna take this over to this table when I eat. I like to nibble on this stuff over here. Let me think, what else am I missing? Okay, let's do an apple. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna hit this with some mustard too. You guys know that I use this top EMS, original yellow mustard. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'm starting to get hungry. Here. Okay, I think we're ready to go over. Eat. Let me just look at this before. Lovely creation here. See, this is, I mean, it's gonna taste like a normal hamburger, and then you don't have to worry about cleaning up the grease, and you know, it's gotta be healthier than a real meat, I would think. I mean, it's got protein, but there we go. Okay, let's move over to that. Okay, let's look at this before. I wanted to look at this before with you guys. I even brought the hands out this time. I will lead these new Avengers. Let me say it right. I will lead these new Avengers into battle against anyone who would threaten our way of life. I am the Iron Patriot. For every life you save, there's a million new ways to die. Just between me and you, here's my little secret. The bad guy always wins. Me killing you is just perfect symbolism for the times. Okay, that's enough of that. Over here. Okay, I had a request from someone named KMatt12 that lives in Fresno, California. Wanted me to talk about my appearance on Getting Dug with High. So here we go. We're over here to the page. Just wanted to show you this before we start. This is the actual episode of Getting Dug with High. This has like over 225,000 views. I made another video. You see this video on top. I made another video where I edited together all the parts of that I'm featured in, because there's a lot of parts in the original one that I'm not talking. So I put together all the things where I'm talking and they're interacting with me. So let's try this one. Let's just play it a little. I'm gonna start eating and I'll try.
Yeah, well, I take this
wait, I gotta go back to the beginning. I want to do that again.
And you brought along your
see, that's a beginning. See, I turn this into a show called Talk to the Iron Patriot, because I wanted it to be me. But okay, let's just. But I put this intro. Look at this intro; it's pretty cool.
And you brought along your sidekick.
Yep.
From your show Kill Tony, very popular podcast, and his name is the Comedy Patriot.
Yep, the Comic Patriot.
Comic Patriot. So maybe when we do.
Well, that was really loud. I've never sat so close to him. That just went in the back of my neck. Yes.
Maybe when we do Pod Quiz Hop Shot, he can make that noise whenever somebody gets. Would that be for the right answer or the wrong answer?
It goes both ways.
I don't know. So, do you smoke marijuana, Comic Patriot?
Yes, I do. Usually my time was at 6 o'clock, but I've been moving it back to 4:19. What'd you do? Because I like that.
You watch this show?
Yeah, I've been watching all the episodes.
That's amazing.
I like this universe behind me. I like to smoke weed with friends. I like to ponder the mysteries of the universe.
All right.
I'm just going to stop right now. I'll comment. I mean, what can you say about this? What more could you ask for to have a guy in an Iron Man suit on a stoner show? But yet, I've never been asked back again. This is the best episode, but I wish more people would have saw it. It's like it got 225,000 views. That's great, but if you look at the Jack Black one on Getting Dug, which was not near as good, had over 3 million, almost 4 million views. It's all about your name. It's like people watch the stuff that has the celebrities on it and the name. Even though this was the most creative episode, we didn't have any famous people on here, so it didn't get watched as much. But that's just a thing that frustrates me. Okay, let's just go on. Watch it.
And then when you come to do a show like this, how do you get there usually?
Well, this time I had to bring the costume and the suit on the road. I drove it down here. Tony thought I was going to take the bus. I was kidding with you on the Kill Tony podcast. He thought I was going to take the bus, but that'd be a lot of trips and changes too long.
Because he can't sit down.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was getting at. Is normally he takes the bus, and as I understand it, he gets to take the bus for free because most bus drivers are cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, most of them let me on. There was one female brother that didn't let me get on. She didn't like me. But besides that, I've been getting on ever since.
That's another thing we should mention. He's an accidental racist.
Yeah, female brother.
Female brother.
Yeah.
Lady brother.
Yeah.
Lady brother bus driver. Maybe she didn't let you on for free because you called her that before you got on.
No.
Maybe she could see the racism in your eyes.
I wanted that $2, and I've been giving it to her every time I see her. I give her that $2. Yeah.
What does that mean?
To get on the bus.
Oh,
He goes,
now you pay.
Yeah.
How do you hold the money?
I'll just hold it in my hand while I walk down there, because once I put it in this pocket,
See, that was another legendary thing about my story, is how I would ride the bus down to the Comedy Store. See, the first time I went down there, I didn't know how I was going to do it because I didn't know where I could change. So I just hatched the idea to put it on in my apartment and walk down to Wilcox and Sunset, and then take the bus all the way about 2 or 3 miles down the Comedy Store. And then I was just in the suit. I got off the bus, but it was dangerous because I could have fell. It was just not easy getting on and on that bus. But what was unique about this show is, and this show was in January of 2014, towards the end of January 22nd, I think it was a Wednesday, at the end of January 2014. So this was the first show where I did this at the podcast festival that was in October. I did take it on the road in a bag. So this was the second time where I was actually put the suit in a bag and going down, because they had an SUV pick us up because they don't want you to be stoned driving. But we had to meet at Tony's, and then we went down here to this thing. Yeah, but let me.
it disappears. I can't get it back again.
That's right.
Yeah.
I should act like I'm talking when he talks, because it's just like, and I did do your voice.
Yeah. I love to smoke weed with friends, Doug.
Oh, okay. So that's what I was getting at, is that I apologize that you're not going to be able to smoke with us today when we start up in a couple minutes, because you can't with the mask on.
You can blow it up, but you blow it up in my face under the
We'll
thing.
blow in your direction?
Yeah, just blow it. You got a vaporizer or anything, or just blow it up here and underneath, and it'll get to me.
All right. That seems it seems like something you'd do with a girl, but
Yeah.
I've never shotgunned a man before. A dude came up to me once at a party with a big mouthful of smoke and just grabbed me and put his lips on mine and blew it in my mouth.
Wow. Did you punch him?
No, because it was really good.
You liked it? You had soft lips.
No, he just took me by surprise. I mean, he didn't put his lips on mine, but he got right there and blew, and I was just like, well, what else am I going to do besides take this hit?
I thought you put his lips on you.
No.
You inhaled. You had a second to think, and you...
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, boy. I've been waiting for this.
419, dude.
See, that's the problem with
Get closer.
bombs, though. Like, mine just sucked right through.
Aroma.
I don't like this, though.
thing in there. I didn't load it. I'm just sitting there hitting it, going, what's going on? What's with this thing? That's kind of romantic.
Yeah, erotic.
Erotic, yeah.
They were blowing the smoke up
we
in
can
my
just put a
face.
clump in there for you. I've neglected to mention what we're smoking today.
See him blowing up the smoke in my red
I
band.
feel like a total failure not really getting a hit.
I looked on the internet, and Doug hasn't even done one of these shows since last year. He did the last show at the end of December 2019. So, and that was before even the pandemic started in like March. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to do a show like this anymore. I mean, look at this. Look at this right here. This thing, Tony, is. You're going to see Tony's blowing smoke up into my mask and red band too. And I mean, this show's a nightmare in the pandemic. You can't be doing this kind of stuff. Sitting in, it's just, this might be a thing of the past. This show might never happen again. But let's just go on with this.
Hit at 420. Here. Oh, I'll hit that.
Yeah, hit that.
Kidding me?
Patriot, have you ever gotten high in the suit before?
Yeah, well, I mean, I first came down to the comedy store June 11th, and you guys started getting me high again, but I had 5 years and no smoking.
Oh.
So you guys got me back in the game.
Oh, no, fellas.
Yeah.
It sucks. My friend went to ABN with me, and he hasn't had weed or alcohol or anything in a year and a half. And he started back up Saturday at ABN, where the adult video awards in Vegas.
Well, you're gonna, you're gonna not be smoking or drinking while you're there. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I had to walk outside and it was a winter night and take my shirt off.
He took his shirt off, and Tony's not one of those guys that's just like, hey,
I
guys,
feel like
look at
we're
my
throwing scraps to the dog while we're having a meal.
Do you feel anything yet?
Yeah, I'm feeling real good.
You notice how Doug just ignored that story Red Band was trying to tell him about Tony. He didn't even care, and ignored him and said something about me that it's like throwing scraps to the dog.
Oh, man.
This is such a good aroma.
Yeah, well, let me tell you about the specifics of this particular, it's called Mars OG. And Leafly reviewers say not to plan to do anything important while you're on it. Don't do anything important. So,
Use with your short-term memory.
yeah.
Your long-term memory is good as can be. You can remember the memories from your childhood, but where your keys are, you can't find them.
I can only imagine the horrible things you don't want to remember from your childhood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because all superheroes' parents were killed in front of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard life.
What's that thing you say that that the superheroes say? Your superhero creed?
Norman Osborn, who's Iron Patriot, he says, I will lead these new Avengers into battle against anyone who would threaten our way of life. I am the comic Patriot.
Throwing a little pew-pew at the end.
Hey, Doug, do you like to get on the internet when you get stoned and look at some porn and Jackie smack?
Jackie Smack.
I knew if we talked to you too much, something like that would happen.
Yeah, getting a little excited, Patriot.
Yeah.
Calm it down.
Okay, let me comment on this. This is when things started to go wrong, because see, these guys didn't really prepare the night before. They just came in and wanted to get stoned and talk. I had some things chambered from the night before that I wanted to say, that I knew would be funny, that I just want to throw out there, because when you throw things out around comedians like this, they really say funny things. So I decided to just, and I've always, I was just wondering about Doug's love life. I didn't know if he had a girlfriend or what. If I don't know what's going on with him. He could be gay. I don't know, but I think he likes girls. But I didn't know. I just wanted to ask something. It was a stupid question. That was a question I asked later. But this one was just talking about, do you ever get on the internet and like the Jackie smack? I just thought that would be. I know people think it's silly, but it was just one of the things I prepared to say. I didn't want to be just sitting on this show. See, I think Tony had a problem in this show because he didn't have anything prepared to say, so he just kind of just was quiet a lot of the time. But see, I had these things I knew I needed to, and I didn't want to. The night before, I wanted to just relax and think about the show the next day and not even try to prepare anything. But I got on the internet and I wanted to prepare some and think of some things I was going to say. But here, you see here, Tony, this really starts making Tony mad. I mean, I don't know if you can notice here, but he wants me to be a good little boy and just, you know, sit in the back and not say much, which I could have done that, which probably might have been smarter, but I just felt I wanted to really say some shit. And as the episode goes on, you're going to see Tony start getting more and more annoyed. And then after, when I call him the next day, he's trying to say Doug was pissed off too. But it's just, I don't know why we were just, these things had been building up in the show before this moment where I'd said some things to Jeff Ross that they didn't like. And they even told me on the drive down there, they were pissed about some of the stuff I said to Jeff Ross on the show. But you know, Jeff Ross is a big boy. He's roasted so many people, so I didn't. It's just, you know, when Tony's getting tweets about people saying that he needs to control me more, all those tensions just, it sucks the way the internet works, because they're listening to, that'll really catch Tony's attention if someone's saying, oh, you need to get control. He's just saying what he wants, and so it's just, oh God. Okay, let's just go on here.
Wouldn't want to bring up the dog.
Yeah.
No. You know that story, right?
Yeah, I think it was released on your episode.
Yep. My bestiality was a one-night stand. Tony has a relationship with his dog. It's romantic.
Yeah, but he doesn't have sex with his dog.
Yeah.
Where's all the weed?
We got weed in here.
Can I get my high history real quick?
I was getting to you, man.
Okay, two funny things about this. Okay, I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh. Okay. You guys that know the show know on Kill Tony 15, I told a story about bestiality. When I was aged like 15 in my house in Dallas. I just was crazy one day and I put some chocolate syrup on my private and let my Cocker Spaniel lick it off. I mean, I know it just sounds like so devilish and evil and I'm crazy, but I was only 15. It's just, to me, that's a story about just, God, I was sitting there in Texas horny as shit and I couldn't find a woman. There's so many hot girls, and I don't know. I think males, when they're younger, it's sad what happens to us. We're just so horny and ready to go, and we just can't get what we need. So it manifests in strange stories of bestiality, like I told. And then Red Band, he always, after he heard that story, we had fun that night at the Comedy Store when I told it. Everybody was laughing, but after that, Red Band just used it to attack me, just to make me, he just kept bringing it up, and he's even bringing it up here, and I wasn't expecting that, so I tried to just play it off and make a joke about Tony, how he has a relationship with his dog, and mine was a one-night stand, which I think was funny, but, and then also,
All right.
oh yeah, also at the end here, it was funny how you gotta always watch stoners because they forget, and they were not even gonna let me tell my high history. I'm sitting there ready to tell them, but they were gonna forget. You'll see here, I had to keep bringing it up. I had to keep saying, what about my high, you tell the story where you first got stoned, and like I said, what about my high history? So, I don't know, I can't talk.
Website that has like all the weed and
too much.
Like a Wikipedia for each random.
And like I said, we'll have some more sativa flying in, hopefully.
You ready for my high history?
All right, yeah, well, I take this in. Let's hear
Okay, I'll
Comic Patriot's high history.
I was 18, working in the paint department at Sears. Had a hippie friend. After the shift was over, he took me out in his Trans Am. He fired up a joint. I'd never seen one before. He put on Rat, Round and Round. Round and Round.
I know it. Don't sing too much of it. We don't want to pay for it.
That song was playing. It was jamming. He handed me that joint. I said, man, this is like smoking some beer or something. It's great. And I didn't really catch on to it then. It took about 6 more years before I started smoking regularly. But I got my first love for it at that moment. I'll never forget that. Yes.
Thank you, Patriot.
For every life you save, there's a million new ways to die.
And
What about that Jenny girl?
it's scary when he speaks out of nowhere.
You know that episode with Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny Slate, she kind of spaced out at one point.
Yeah.
It was adorable.
She was really cute.
Yeah. Thanks for that. But remember the speak when spoken to thing we talked about?
Yeah, seriously.
Look how Doug is playing me against these guys, trying to get us worked up. Remember, right here he says, you just heard him say, remember what we spoke about before the show about not speaking unless spoken to or whatever. We never talked about that. I would have been so insulted if they would have told me before the show, that, like a little child, that I'm not supposed to speak unless spoken to. Are you kidding me? But Doug plays that up, and they don't even deny that it was. They act like I was told, like I was supposed to be a good little boy. They never said that shit to me. But look how Tony and Brian go along with it here.
Seriously, dude.
No, I mean, wait, the speaker's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was another thing you got to realize when you're looking at this studio here. It looks relatively spacious. It's so much smaller than that you realize when you're there. I was cramped behind red bands so tight. I wanted us to be like on the Howard Stern show, where we're all spread out in our own little booths or whatever, just some more space. And we were just, it was so close. It was, when I did my speaker, it startled Brian, but it wasn't, it wasn't my fault and it wasn't his fault. It's just, it's sad we didn't have more space, it's just you're not realizing how cramped we are together here. This was not ideal for what I wanted. I want to have a little room to move and do my shit. I was like basically on top of Brian Redband, which you could see here. He's getting.
I like that part of it. I wish it would startle you every time. Comic Patriot.
Can I ask you a question, Doug?
Oh, no.
Okay.
You're breaking rules, man.
Well, just one question, then you guys can get talking.
Okay.
When you get stoned, do you like soothing on the couch? Because I never hear about your love life. You got bitches in every city? What's going on with you?
Patriot, I think you're short-circuiting.
Yeah.
Well, I wondered about that. I've always, it's like a mystery.
Wait, turn around. Turn around for
Let me rephrase your question so it's less offensive. Do I have hoes in different area codes?
I don't know what. Are you married? I don't know what's going on with you.
No, I'm a single individual, and I was about to ask a Twitter question of my guests, and it goes like this, and all three of you can answer it in turn. Will any of you or the Kill Tony podcast ever come to play in the UK? Hashtag Death Squad. Powerful, son. That's from @Michael Boyack.
It sounds very confusing to go overseas. I mean, just going to Canada.
Right, you're such a man-child. The going out of the country scares you.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast.
It sounds very fun.
Okay. I'll take your second answer.
I've never been to Europe before.
We're taking it on the road for the first time.
That's gotta be pricey, taking the whole suit over there.
Yeah. Gotta check
That's
that.
gonna be, maybe you could Skype him into the show. And just stand somewhere.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Maybe have him just be a little speaker box that I can turn off when I want him to not talk.
No, I want to come back. I want to come with you guys. I want part of this guys over here.
Oh man, how would you stand to try to convey that you were sad, like to guilt them into taking you along? Like because you look like you might be sad right now.
Well, they know they got to take me. I'm a big part of the show. They can't leave me home if they take Kill Tony to Europe. They're not going to do that.
All right, but you didn't answer my question, but that's okay.
I think he got Doug.
I think we all are. And 9 times out of 10 they grow up to into something horrible. Was that Iron Fart?
No.
Right there! Your crotch is right there!
I did not do anything. Don't be blaming it on me.
It sounded like an Iron Fart to me.
No.
My farts do not sound like microwaves.
What did you? I didn't even hear anything. Did you hear some sound? Can I ask you something?
I think that's his suit does make noises though when he moves around a little bit. I don't blame him. I wouldn't be able to stand perfectly still
Yeah, I
either.
try to keep the muscles, moving, and so I don't get tight.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
I put on some tennis shoes today that I haven't worn for, I think this is...
See, that was, I didn't really fart. Brian heard a sound of my outfit, but there was nothing I could say. And I'm a good sport. I'm not gonna. I mean, I know it was funny and stuff, but that caught me off guard when that happened. But you know, when you're on a show performing in front of thousands of people, it's not really. You don't really want to be called out for farting, but you know, I roll with the punches.
And my feet fell asleep in the car on the way over. Oh, I hate that. I'm like, what am I supposed to do about that? The evidence is just mounting that marijuana is actually does some good.
See Brian blowing that smoke in my face.
Marijuana makes you laugh and chill out. It's obvious.
This whole thing's been painful, guys, because I was great friends with Brian and Tony, and we just all got what we were doing. But as soon as I left the show after this, just never was the same. I mean, it's something I got to think about every day, you know. It sucks, but I mean, we were incredibly good friends, but...
Have you ever been drunk in the suit?
No. But with this thing happening in Colorado, I think we're moving into an era where everybody's going to be smoking weed. It looks like that, doesn't it, Doug?
Well, I mean, everybody doesn't have to do it, but they certainly don't have to care if we do it. Like, I mean, right now, who are we hurting? Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Seems to be doing a bunch of good.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing we're hurting is, a brand owned by a very big corporation.
Can I ask you something deep, Doug? Really deep? Do you think there's a God, or do you think we're all God at the center of our own universe? And this is all our imagination? Do you think that?
I almost did it. Oh, shit.
Hey, Doug, you know I was picked on the SAG committee.
Right? Did you notice that Doug completely ignored that question? That would have been something interesting. I asked him, because if you guys know me, I'm real deep. I believe we're all at the center of our own universe, and this is an illusion. We're all in our own bubble, filtering in whatever our belief system filters in. So, so I was trying to just get, we're on a stoner show. You would think you would be able to bring up these subjects, but Doug wasn't for it. He didn't want to bring up a deep subject like that.
To vote for the SAG Awards, so I got sent a bunch of DVDs. And the Blue movie...
Right here before this, I'll explain this. I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA because some people know I've been an extra for a long time. I'm not doing it anymore, but I did it for over 10 years. I was on Parks and Recreation for 5 years, but I used to get the screeners for all the when they did the SAG Awards in February, they would send out screeners the month before for all of us to vote for the SAG Awards. So that's what I'm talking about here, is because I love movies, so I wanted to, and Doug has a show called Doug Loves Movies, so I wanted to get in a conversation with him. And Red Band, you'll see Red Band and Tony, they don't even know much about the films that were nominated that year, but this was a pretty good moment that I'd prepared, and it impressed Doug that he could tell.
Blue Jasmine, blue is the warmest color. That was good. I like the Dallas Buyers Club. I thought that was an outstanding performance by Jared Leto, who played the transgender guy. Yeah, that was in, Matthew McConaughey got all slim and stuff. Do you like that, Doug?
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to let that go on for as long as possible. Okay, I was loving that.
Well, I like 12 Years a Slave, too. 12 Years a Slave.
Do you prepare these things? Because it sounds prepared.
No.
Sorry about Comic Patriot. Hey, I'll answer that question of what movie that I would like to win.
Oh, yeah. What would you like to see win, Brian?
Insatiable.
Oh, shit.
Insatiable 3, Oscar Kira.
So anyway, my answer
So
is
Red Band said a porn movie. That's pretty funny.
Dallas Buyers Club's pretty strong. I liked Blue Jasmine. Did you like Blue is the warmest color? That's pretty sexy, wasn't it? Seeing those girls get it on?
I haven't seen that. I haven't had like 3 hours to set aside for French lesbians, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
You liked it?
Labor Day was good. I watched that one.
Oh, yeah?
I like that Captain Phillips. That was pretty intense, seeing them take over that ship like that. And what's that Robert Redford film where he's alone on the boat the whole time? It's just him. He didn't even have to get any other actors. Just him doing the whole show. What was that? I can't remember the name of it.
It's called All Is Lost.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Doug.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Dice gotten.
See, right there. Let me give an example there. See, right there, I was bringing up a film that Robert Redford was in, and I forgot the name, and then I knew Doug would know it, so I said it to Doug, and he said it's the film is All Is Lost. So you see how right after that I kind of acted nerdy and said, "Oh, you're right about that, Doug." Just kind of like I'm, Doug's little dog, and I'm just so happy to be there. Which I just knew that would be funny. And you heard the guy that was laughing that you just heard there. He was like one of the producers that work on the show. So that was a good sign to see him laughing. He really got how funny that moment was. But I don't really get credit for it because people just think I'm naturally that nerdy. I knew that would be funny to just, throw in that like, "Oh, you're right about that, Doug. You're right about that, Doug." That sounds so cheesy, but I knew those kind of things. People don't realize I have a touch for humor. I know it's going to be. It's just hilarious.
Did you like that? Did you see that?
I don't know if that was nomination worthy, but he was good in it. He was really good in it.
That surprised me, Tony. I didn't know Woody Allen would have put Dice Clay in there. That's a good point. I like that.
There you go, Patriot.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's really.
We should follow this show.
It's amazing.
Hey, Doug, we should follow this show.
People are watching this high out of their mind.
Hey, Doug, what if we follow this show with getting dinner with Doug? Or we get the munchies and we go eat with you?
Well, it's funny that you should mention that because from here I'm going to tape an episode of my award-nominated show, Dining with Doug and Karen. Yeah, we provide hours and hours and hours of entertainment whether people want it or not.
I've been watching a lot of shows on the Video Podcast Network. I like that Norm Macdonald one.
Yeah, he's the greatest.
The Brody Stevens one's good too.
Yeah, he's the greatest.
Of course, I don't like it as much as yours, but I like the other shows.
Well, of course, I'm the greatest.
Yeah. Do you remember when we first bonded, Doug, over our mutual love of Bridget Fonda's feet and Jackie Brown?
I think I just thought Bridget Fonda was hot and Jackie Brown. I don't think I was.
You said you liked her feet. So hey,
I said I didn't like Uma Thurman's feet.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But yeah, I guess okay. We bonded over feet. People have been asking lately, and I want to know as well. What's Bridget Fonda doing? What's she up to?
I don't know.
Didn't she marry that guy from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and also the guy in Pulp Fiction that?
Is she somehow connected to Paul Newman? Bridget Fonda? Is there a connection there?
Kind of.
Kind of?
Her mother acted with him, maybe in something.
I don't know why I asked that.
What'd you say, Patriot?
The guy Eric Stoltz married Bridget Fonda.
Correct, yeah.
He was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I think that didn't work out. I think they broke up.
Oh, really?
I think. Could be wrong. I just meant, why isn't she in movies anymore?
Yeah.
She was awesome. In Jackie Brown. She was great in Jackie Brown, yeah.
Phoebe Cates was kind of like that. She stopped acting, too. Some of these chicks, they just want to do the family thing. They don't care anymore.
All right, power down.
Okay, that did not go very good. Now, first of all, Bridget Fonda, she did have a relationship with Eric Stoltz, but Doug was right. It didn't last forever, and now she married Danny Elfman. I think she's still with him. Danny Elfman, the music composer and the singer for Oingo Boingo, or he's a member of Oingo Boingo. So I wish I would have known that. If I would have had that in my brain, that I could have just said to Doug right there and said, Bridget went on to be with Danny Elfman, and that would have been good. But instead, I didn't. And then Doug says, why is she not acting anymore? And then I pipe in and said, oh, she might be like Phoebe Cates, where she's doing the family thing. Because Phoebe, I think Phoebe Cates stopped acting and just had raised some kids. And I thought maybe Bridget did that. But see, that's the thing you got to be aware of these comedians. Like Doug just seems like he's such a nice guy and you're happy, but he's like a cobra. He'll bite you at any time. And you could see right there, he bit on me. I was getting a little too know-it-all for him. Like I was just trying to tell him, say, oh, I know this. He just didn't. I just pushed it a little far there. I was rubbing him wrong. So let's go on.
What if any of my guests in the future want him standing there like that? Is that okay? Can I borrow him? Or is he exclusive to Kill Tony?
It's a good question.
And how can people see Kill Tony? What should they do to check it out? 'Cause I
See
think it's
right
really-
there. There you could see the tension right there. I don't know why, but out of nowhere, Doug asked, could we borrow him sometime? And I don't know if he was serious or kidding. He's like, could we borrow the Iron Patriot sometime? And then you see here that Tony doesn't really like that question. It was a tense moment, kind of like, I don't know if I want you taking him on your show. He's something known on Kill Tony. I don't know if I don't know. It was just so much weird tension between me and the guys. I mean, we were friends, but there was tension building up that got worse and worse. And these were just the kind of moments where I just wish Doug wouldn't have played us against each other like this and put that out there. Because when I got that in my mind, the next day when I was going crazy, the next day I had that in my mind. I just had to, and that's when I tried the next day to send Doug a message, can I be on your show? Because, I mean, this was the best I was ever filmed, you know, and it was on YouTube. It's like back then, Kill Tony, it's like Brian didn't have a clue back then. I mean, Brian did a good job with, I like those videos in the beginning. They had a charm to them. He put some cool art thing on the beginning of them, and the camera that's stationary is sometimes good because you could see the whole thing, but this was a joyous show though because it actually had cuts. The camera was changing angles and it was somewhat professional, you know, and I thought this was just the beginning. I thought I would be going on all kinds of shows, just getting, you know, that's what happened is the next day I was already getting impatient with Kill Tony. I wanted to move quicker. I mean, Brian didn't even get it on YouTube, I think, till like 2017 or something. It's just, I don't know. We were just only on Vimeo. We weren't getting that many comments. I just saw what Doug was doing. He was doing it live. Back then, it wasn't live. The Comedy Store didn't even have the means to do it live. They didn't even have the hookup. So when I came to this show, it just killed me to see Doug. He was doing it the right way. It was a YouTube. He was live. And here we were on Vimeo, not even doing it live. And sometimes it'd take 2 or 3 weeks before Brian even released the show. So I don't know. If I could go back in time, I would have been more patient. But it's just wearing that suit. And I was out in the boulevard working 4 days a week, 4 days going out trying to make tips, which I was just putting the suit on way too much. Like, if I had Uber like I did later on, I could have just put it on once a week, but I was making money out on the boulevard, and sometimes I'd do extra work, but let's just go on.
Fun show. I can't get enough of watching comedians try 1 minute of material standing right next to that guy. It's really good stuff.
I'm more scared of getting drunk.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I do a podcast
That's not for
called
me.
Dysentery where I'm drunk. And I pretty much didn't remember like the last half of that podcast I did last night.
Dude, at the end, you were wasted, man. You were really gone. And even Sarah was looking at you like, damn, he's gone.
Tom,
See, what I'm talking about there is, I saw him, he had a show called Dysentery. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he'd get really drunk. And I mean, Brian had some issues back then. I was scared for him. He was drinking too much. And I mean, so many people have, I mean, I've experimented with everything too. It's just alcohol. I've had my bad issues with alcohol, but now I just smoke cannabis oil, just, you know, off of this right here, this thing. I just smoke it off here. This thing right here. But I don't do the alcohol. I don't like, it's just, this you could smoke as much as you want and it's not going to cause any problem. I mean, but alcohol is a different story. So, and also I was just talking about how it was just funny on that episode how Sarah Weinshank was on there with him and she just had a look on her face like she was getting scared because Brian Redband was just getting drunker and drunker on that show. And I don't know, that was another thing that was building up.
doesn't smoke at all, so that's why he won't come on. Who? Tom Lennon, Chris D'Elia. Nice. I told you if I could be there, I would be there, but I can't be there.
Isn't that your stomping grounds, Doug? San Diego?
Yeah, I go there and stomp. That's when I was touring with the show Stomp. I spent 6 weeks in San Diego. I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, let's make this quick. I've got a piece of paper. Ryan, I want you to write "Getting Doug" on this piece of paper.
Okay, let me set this up. This is Gabe. He does magic trips on here. See his name right there, Gabe. To me, I didn't get this part of the show because it's like, if someone gets you stoned, the last thing you want to do is have to concentrate on someone doing magic. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't. I mean, Gabe's a great guy, and this was okay because it kind of was funny because he involved me in this, and it kind of worked pretty good. But the problem is I didn't hear. He explained before the show what was going to happen, but he didn't. Doesn't speak up very loud, and he didn't give the detail. But he said he was going to tell me to fire my laser thing, out of my hand. But I didn't know, I didn't hear him right. I didn't know he wanted me to make my sound, which I guess I should have just known. But you'll see here, it could have been better. I put my hand out, but I didn't make the sound. And then...
It's shaky right now. There you go.
See, you guys tell me what you think, but the only way I can explain this is I think that Tony was in on this thing. That's why they were able to pull this off. Tony's in it with Gabe.
Hit to Tony, the piece of paper.
Okay.
Tony, crumple the piece of paper up a little bit. That's fine, yeah. And toss it in the ashtray there. Now, Patriot, what I want you to do is set your phaser to stun. Point it at the ashtray.
Oh no.
And I want you to yell burn and then give you some pew pew pews.
Burn!
Yes.
Alright, well.
See, the flame went up, but I was too late.
That could have been more spectacular, but...
Here, try it again. I didn't hear that last part you said to do.
You're stoned, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
It was still pretty cool, but it could have been like...
We should have pointed that out. Sorry.
No, it was real simple instructions. Just say burn and then go pew pew pew.
I didn't hear the last part though.
You know, I was paying
You've been
too much
going pew
attention.
pew pew the whole show.
See,
over
the thing the character I'm doing here, it doesn't really matter. It's just whatever I do is funny. I mean, when I make a mistake, when I'm good, it's bad. It's just, that's why I can't believe nobody wants to use me anymore. Because it's just this character, I mean, it's just, it never loses. It's always kills. I mean.
there. And, I'm sorry, Brian, what?
I was just trying to figure out the trick. I was paying too much attention to that and seeing if I gotta like watch it again, see if he has like a laser pointer or something to point it at and to make it burn. How do you think that just burned?
Oh, I don't discuss magic.
Oh, you don't even think about it?
Yeah, I don't concern myself with it. I was like, oh, fire, that's neat.
That's hilarious. Poor guy.
I like soothing on the bud. Hey, I got a lot of fans out there in my old band Dirty Crabber. Could I do a real quick thing on one of my songs? Just a couple lines.
A couple lines of one of his songs?
Right, real quick, please. I promised my fans I'd do it.
Alright.
Rain, sleet, or snow, I'm just a mailman. Rain, sleet, or snow.
Oh, God.
Rain, sleet, or snow, I'm just a mailman. Rain, sleet, or snow.
For Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redband, I'm Doug Benson. See you next Wednesday.
Was that fun? Did you enjoy
Oh
that?
man, it was a great experience. I dreamed of being on Getting Doug with High for many months now.
And you did it.
Yeah, he's been on Kill Tony 3 times now, so we caught up with some old stories and talked about some new subjects and got to talk movies even, what's coming up with Academy Awards. But I look forward to coming back again soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, I liked your magic trick too. If we do it again next time, I'll be sure to do it better. Because I didn't understand what you wanted me to do.
It was totally fine. Thanks for helping me out.
Yeah, you're really good. You're talented.
Don't smoke out here on the patio because it's also not allowed there. But if you go out like past the
Okay,
gate,
just
right out front.
see. I put together some other parts in this video. The thing you just saw was right after the show. You know how Howard Stern will do those post little interviews after someone's done with the show. That's what this was. It was like right after the show, Gabe came up and wanted to do a post interview thing, and this was a bad moment because he didn't really ask Brian and Tony to be in it with me, and I didn't ask Brian and Tony. I just went with it because he just seemed like he wanted me, but that was not a good moment because that started making Tony and Brian feel separated from me, and that was a bad sign to them. They're like, what, if we take this guy to different shows, he's going to get all the attention and steal it from us? So, and then I remember after I went out in the parking lot after that, and we were going home and we were waiting for the SUV, I was standing next to Brian, and I tried to say something to him about, yeah, that was cool what just happened with the post interview. It's just kind of was like Howard Stern. I said, do you watch Howard Stern? And Brian was already negative. He's like, I used to. He said, I used to watch. But you could tell. He gave me the silent treatment the whole way home in the SUV. And then Tony was mad too. And they were just not, that was not how they wanted to go. I mean, I had to fight. I mean, what you just saw was all the highlights. If you watch the real show, there's a lot of parts where I was quiet for a long time, but I think they wanted to be quiet even more. I mean, I had to fight to get in the bits I got in. You saw these stoners weren't going to let me chime in that much. I was just going to be standing up. So I had to fight, and then to the things I got in, I had to fight to get in. But it's just a damn shame. It's just when men get together, it's just, if you try to steal the show from comedians, they're not going to take it kindly. And that's what you saw in this episode. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to say I was perfect. Maybe I should have chilled a little more. And I wasn't really stoned. I had the mask on. They were blowing that smoke. I mean, I might have had a big time contact high, but they were getting stoned. Basically, they were getting stoned out of their mind. And I think Tony got way too stoned. And I was pretty much sober, still in my mind thinking, I got to say things I prepared from the night before. And I got to, I was in that mode of I got to make sure and do good when I should have maybe been more laid back. And then here, this last thing, this is the craziest thing, is a couple weeks after this, I tried to show up at a live event for Getting Doug at Largo. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I didn't make, it was a weird night because I went down to this club, Largo, on La Cienega. I had to take change on 2 buses. It was a dangerous mission. I should have never done this in the Iron Patriot suit because I was changing to different buses and I was way away from home. If I would have fell in that suit, who knows? But I went to this Largo club on La Cienega and I was outside and it was real weird. Doug talked to the owner and would not let me in. I saw him. Doug saw me out there and would not even come out and say hi. He just talked to the people and they said they weren't going to let me in. And they made an excuse just because I was like a fire hazard. But the funny thing I'm still glad I did it though, because you're going to see right here, even though I didn't make it in, Doug, he knows he has to say something because all the fans came in and passed me. And I was trying to tell all the people coming in the show, I said, try to say something that they need to bring me in because I knew had been denied entry, and I was telling all the fans as they walked in to Largo, I was saying they're not letting me in, but you guys need to stand up and tell them they need to let me come into the show. So they didn't let me in, but Doug being the comedian, he knew he had to say something about it because if he didn't address the elephant in the room or the elephant that was out in front of the club that can't come in, which was me, he knew he had to. But here, this is just hilarious. See what he says about this here, and the crowd loves it. Watch here.
Front there, like you can go smoke near the Iron Patriot if you want.
Wait, let me back up again so you make sure and hear this. Hold on.
Smoke out here on the